Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not, and welcome to the official start. I always gotta adjust this. Of Sequel-A-Thon 5. It's the Roman numeral 5. Fantastico. Yes, and we're starting off with a banger. A lot of these I haven't seen yet that I'm doing for this, and this was one of them. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Yes. So I got very excited at the end of the last one of Sonic Hedgehog 2 when they revealed that Shadow would be coming, because I love Shadow. And I will say my excitement was warranted. I think they handled it pretty well. But I didn't think they were going to. I had some faith in this because the last two were really good, and it's the same director and the same team and everything. But the trailer didn't impress me. Okay, when I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, I'm ready to see how this goes with Shadow and everything. We'll see how it goes. And then they showed two Robotniks. Jim Carrey was now playing the regular Dr. Robotnik and Gramps Robotnik, which I'll be referring to him as Gramps for most of this. And I went, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if that's a good idea. You know, because sometimes when you let Jim Carrey do too much, he does too much. And to their credit, I hear Jeremy Johns said that he thinks that they're off the rail. I don't think so, because if he was off the rails, I think it would have been worse than this. I think they still had him on a leash. I don't know. I really don't know. But it worked, but I still wish they had hired a different actor to play Gramps, because I don't think it needed to be also Jim Carrey. You know what I mean? I could see if it was a flashback to a younger Gramps, which, by the way, for 50 years he didn't age that well, and we have a consistency we need to talk about. But yeah, so we start off with Shadow being rescued from the. So I just farted, and it stinks. Stung myself out. Now, that's how you know it's bad, when you can sting yourself out. Anyway, as I was saying, Shadow was escaping his confinement at the Gun headquarters. You don't know, Gun is a top secret agency that was introduced in the first one, but really the second one really came into prominence, you know. And so yeah, I have a confusion. So it's revealed that I forgot his name. Walters. That's the, for reference, the actor. He's the older guy. He's the dad from Freddy vs. Jason. That guy. In the last one, he seemed like he didn't know what Project Shadow was, and now he does. Or was he just, I don't know. He's now commander of Gun. Yes. So he escapes, and while the Team Sonic, as they call themselves, are having a race, they are contacted by Gun to go to, because of Shadow, and when they come across Shadow, they find out he is very super powerful. So yeah, but also they fight him, but they get away. They go to this Japanese restaurant, which has an Easter egg to the little blue dude that's with Cream the bunny. Is it Cookies and Cream? Is that what it is? I don't know, the little blue thing. It's a little nod there. But they get shot at by Robotnik's robots. The robots. Robotnik's robots. And Walters is killed, but he gives security card to Sonic. A special security card, super secret thing later in the film. Oh, also we find out that uh, Jessica, what's her name? Jessica Jones, the actress. I can't think of her name. Kristen Ritter. She's now in charge of Gunn, or she took Walter's place as but he is the commander. And she's like, when she finds Walter's dead, she's like, oh, they took the key card, and she's all, and she doesn't. The human presence in this movie is minimal. It felt like Jeremy Johns said this, and I didn't think of it at the time when I watched the movie, but it's like, yeah, he's got a point. It does feel like the appearance of the humans in this were, there's a some sort of clause in their contract, a contractual obligation, if you will, like, especially for Tom and Donut Lord and his wife. They even like get the sister-in-law and hit her husband, but it's not really them. They're pretending to be them. Still credited on the character. So since it was robots that attacked Walters, they tracked down Robotnik with the help of Agent Stone, who destroyed the robots and leads them to a giant crab thing where Robotnik is binging Spanish soap operas, or telenovela, as they call them, and eating burritos, kinda. He puts like the green sauce and the yellow sauce on it, takes one bite and throws it. That's a waste of a burrito, man. You are a shame to fat people everywhere. He totally realizes that they are there, and they have to work together to take down Shadow and this mysterious person who has freed him, which lasts for about 2 seconds. Yeah, for all of the big hoopla that the trailers made for Sonic and Robotnik are going to work together, that lasts about as long as it takes to fart. It's a cup of coffee, as I always say. It lasts for about a cup of coffee. That's it. Kind of disappointing. I wasn't a fan of this in the trailer, but they got me because it didn't really. It's like they go there. It's revealed that it is Gramps who's behind this, and then we get a flashback to events that happened 50 years ago. This came out in 2024, which means 50 years ago was 1974. And they're listening to a Traveling Wilbury song that didn't come out till 1988. How does that work? Did they travel to the future to get a record from 1988? Huh? Yeah, but it's all right. Riding around in the breeze with yeah, that song. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, wait, they said it was 50 years ago. That's 1974. How does that work? Exactly. How they have that? Now, for all intents and purposes, we're hearing that song, but they could be listening to something else. But they do a thing where it's like the record scratches with that song. So I don't know. But yeah, we get that he was held captive. Now, he crashed 50 years ago. And you could say, well, maybe he was in there for about 14 years. Sure. But later in the film, during the film, he said, I've been waiting 50 years for this. And I'm like, okay, so it's not. I don't get it. He makes a connection with Gramps' granddaughter, which would be Robotnik's cousin. Mom Maria. And, obviously something happened. If we know that Walters is alive, or was. We know that the Shadow is alive. We know that Gramps is alive. So something happened. We do find out later that when they were trying to escape, one of the idiot agents fired a shot at them. There was an explosion, and they killed her. And I swear, this whole movie, I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, they're going to show that she's still alive or something. They never do. Although, and I'm calling it here, they could still do that in a sequel, where they find out that Gunn has her in some top secret place that not even Walters knew, right? He thought that she was dead. None of it matters because he's dead, but like, you know, and she's like in some kind of stasis of sorts, you know. But yeah. So it turns out that this key card. Well, yeah. Once Robotnik finds out his Gramps is alive, he joins him. This key card is one of two, and you have to use both of them to activate this super secret-though machine that Robotnik invented. He did so for Gunn, so they with promise to be released, which I guess he was. How did he escape? I don't know, but yeah. And he wants to use this machine. Yeah. So, then they're chained up. So is Stone, but Stone is released because he's with Robotnik, and they go to London so that they could. The bad guys do, so they can infiltrate Gun headquarters. In London? I didn't know it was in London. I thought they were an American thing. They're all Americans. Why are they not? I don't know. Super secret to base, I guess. I don't know. Everybody gets sucked up by a black hole, but they use the ring to make their way back home. And I do like how they find their way home, but they're still chained together. So now it's time for Donut Lord and wife to help them, pretending to be Shamar Moore and the sister-in-law. Yeah, to sneak in. And he also has to be Walters as well to sneak around and try to get the other key card, because Sonic can't just super speed in because there's a force field because they prepared for him, but the others get in pretty easy. But it's one of those things where it's like, if they had to do all this to get in, how did they get in? Because, like, they get in there, Donut Lord and the wife get in there, and they put in the USB card stick. And then it's revealed that Robotnik's is already there. I'm like, well, how the hell did they get in there? If they... Sonic is able to finally get in, and they have a fight, a showdown, and, but the key card gets away. And, Donut Lord is smart. He pretends to be Walters to get it. How this works, I don't know. She saw him dead. She saw his dead body. As soon as the body taken away, he's like, oh, I faked it. I would die before I get in the wrong hands. But Shadow, of course, hates Walters for what happened to Maria. So, even though in the flashback we showed he tried to stop it, so I don't know. But, so he attacks him, and, you know, once he sees it's Donut Lord, he's like, oh, like, I attacked the wrong person. Like, that's the first time a conscience comes back, like, oh. But Sonic, he's not so happy for seeing this. Oh, no, his best friend was just attacked and gravely wounded. He's not dead. He's still fine. He's trying to be alive at the end. But he's a pissed. So he demands the emerald, which is being guarded, the Chaos Emerald, which is being guarded by a Wade cameo who is playing hockey with it. He gets it, he uses it to become Supersonic. He goes Super Saiyan and flies to fight Shadow. Meanwhile, Robotnik finds out that the plan is to use this super secret though machine to destroy the planet, including them. And I always roll my eyes with this, and it's always confusing because it's like, I'm going to destroy this entire world, including me. What's the point then? What's the point of destroying the world if you can't be around to enjoy it, right? Like, some villains do that too. Like, I may die, but my plan's still going to work. If my plan works, then I died for something, right? Like, yeah, like, I'm just saying. I may die, but I'll still win. Like, yeah, but you're not there to savor it. So it always confuses me with supervillain fans. It's very cartoonish. Very video game, now that I think about it. But yeah, Robotnik has a problem with this and turns on his Gramps. Taking off half of his mustache, I think. I went to the bathroom. I don't pause. I gotta go from here to here. That's not that far. Here to there. I mean, it's not that far. But, yeah, and well, Sonic... Somehow, when Sonic is fighting Shadow, he also gets super powers. I was a little confused on that. How does that work? He didn't touch the Emerald. He just touched Sonic. And he's super... Because they already showed that the Shadow was super powerful. Why did he need to get a super form? I don't know. But they fight. And Sonic is about to win. He's about to kill him. But then the Shadow goes like this on his heart. And it reminds him of something Donut Lord did. Like, it's all right here. And he realizes that this is not right. So they decide to work together. By the way, getting the Chaos Emerald has separated him from the other two. Because we gotta have that plot point in here for some reason. They're like, you don't need to do this, you can be bad. And I'm sitting there going, why is using the Chaos Emerald a bad thing? Right? I know it's all powerful, but it could work in this instance. I know he's using it for revenge, but fine. They work together to show the machine is going to overload. Gramps seemingly kills off his grandson, but Tails and Knuckles come to save the day. Tails saves him, and they work together. Sonic is going to free fall into the Earth's atmosphere, so Knuckles and Tails go after him with a ring, playing the base of ball. Although they have Knuckles fling Tails out. It's an airlock. They get sucked out anyway. I don't know. Played the base of ball, I guess. And it takes very long for them. Like, what are you doing? Like, he's holding onto him. Like, throw the ring, and he's like, why didn't? And then Knuckles gets it, and just holds it. Throw the ring. Why are you guys just free falling? We gotta waste a couple minutes here, or what? Eventually, they do throw it, and they land on Earth, and they're fine. Meanwhile, Robotnik sacrifices himself in a moment that had me tearing up. It had me tearing up, because he finally admits, because there's a through line throughout this movie, that Robotnik doesn't appreciate Stone, and they're not friends, he's just an assistant, blah, blah, blah. There's a conversation, with Tails, where he's like, you're Sonic's assistant. He goes, no, we're friends, we're part of the same team. Just like you and Robotnik. He's like, yeah. He's like, I like your... No, here at the end, he's like, I love your I will miss your lattes with, whatever, goat milk. I love how you make them. And he says goodbye, and the thing explodes. And Shadow was also flung. It seems that he died as well. And, yeah, it's revealed that Donut Lord is okay. Yes, they're going camping, and they're all very happy, and they're going to finish their race. And he credits. We see video game versions of them, and yeah, it's a fun movie. But we're not done yet. No. We get a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. In the mid-credit scene, Sonic finishes his race and ends up in New York, where he is surrounded. First of all, he faces off with one Robo-Sonic. Yes, the Robot Sonic. He takes care of that one, but there are a bunch of more, for he's saved by a mysterious, hooded person with a hammer, and it's revealed to be Amy. Yeah, they're setting more up there, yes. I actually would have preferred the princess from the Sonic Sat-Am series instead of going more of the video game. But that's fine. Sally was her name, I think it was. Princess Sally or something like that. I would have preferred her, but if we're going from the video games, then Amy makes sense. Right? And hey, we had a cameo from, I'm assuming the name is Cookie. Cream the Rabbit, anyone. And everyone else has also been kind of begging for Rouge the Bat. Be cool. I would love the Gator in there too, And Silver at some point. But we're not done yet. Nope. He's like, who are you? And takes the hood off. And like, Amy. She doesn't say anything because they don't have a voice actor for her yet, but... Yeah. And in the post-credit, I said Amy. I'm like, Amy! The post-credit scene reveals the Shadow was still alive, and he has a ring of sorts. So, yes. Now, you have to think, if there are robot Sonics, then that means Robotnik is alive, right? Because he's the one that invented them, right? Or are they going to someone else invented them? What other villains are there that I know of? A lot of people have said that this is Jim Carrey's final role. He's finally retired because of this. On one hand, you don't want to believe it because it's Jim Carrey. On the other hand, you're thinking if they find some way to say that he's alive again after dying for the second film in a row, I don't know. That'd be like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's Also, why didn't Agent Stone get arrested? He's still in London. There's also no kind of what is the word I'm looking for here? Repercussions. There's no repercussions from Gunn over what they broke in and did the thing. Nothing. Let's just wrap it up, right? I don't know. I liked it. I'll give this a pretty good. And I hope you join me for the Sequel-A-Thon 5. This is the start. I would have started it earlier today, but I woke up this morning not feeling so good. I didn't even go into work. So I'm like, maybe I'll just take the day off, But I started feeling better, and I'm like, I actually starting to get a little jittery. I need to do something. So I'm like, let me do one today. Let me do one. So as I started feeling better, so might as well just do one. So what are your thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog 3? This was a good one to start with, by the way. Thank you for watching. In the comments below, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.